guys, it's Tim and Kathy with Cruise Through Retirement, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Majestic Princess and what it's like to take a 31-day cruise on a Transpacific route.
Yes, we did a repositioning, and you can see all about the great ports that we visited on our Taste Life With Us channel. We cruised 50 out of 60 days because we took more. How much did it cost? You can see that video on there. You can also see the actual ship tour of the Majestic Princess, which we're not going to repeat here. We'll just put up a few pictures
as we go along. All right, let's talk about activities.
Yeah, even though it was a repositioning cruise, there was a ton to do. And there's lots of sea days on a repo cruise, but there was no lack of things to do.
No.
And it was an older demographic because who else has time to travel 31 days? But they were active. And
really active. They made us look bad.
So active. We looked lazy.
Because
but we had a great time. Great time being lazy.
We did. Because of that the ship had so many different activities for people. They had pickleball. And they had pickleball tournaments, and they were teaching people how to play pickleball, and there were lines to play pickleball.
Yes. And so that was a little impact on the walking track outside because it kind of goes through the pickleball court, through the outer edge of it. You'll see on the ship tour video.
It was kind of awkward. They had to go through 2 gates on each corner. So, I got a little busy.
They also had Tai Chi out by the pool on the big screen in the mornings.
Yeah,
which was really cool.
On the Lido deck. We go out, we lay out, and guess what? They're doing Tai Chi all around us.
It looked amazing. We should have done it.
Yeah.
What else did they have outdoors?
Outdoors, they had some bodyweight exercise equipment backed by the basketball, the pickleball equipment. Stuff.
They had a putting green.
Well, you know, it was a putting green. It wasn't really a miniature golf course.
Yeah.
It just had a bunch of holes, and you hit them into the holes. So that was good.
Yeah. Then there was lots of indoor activities.
There were.
If you wanted something more active than Tai Chi, they had Zumba, they had aerobics, and I mean, the whole piazza area and the levels above it and back to the elevators were just full of people doing all these fun things. They had dance classes during the day.
And then they also had a lot of dancing in the afternoon, evening.
Late in the evening. Later.
Yeah, later, not afternoon.
They had dancing. They had musical entertainment there a lot. And they also played games and had crafts like painting and they had all kinds of things.
They had like an airplane competition where they were trying to throw them off of the 3rd level of the piazza through a hoop. It was just kind of fun to watch.
It was really fun.
One of our favorite activities actually was wine tasting.
Yeah, we went to 2 wine tastings.
Absolutely.
And they were great, but definitely know that they're short.
They're not an all-day
event.
event.
So you don't want to just stand around sipping and tasting a few things and then miss half of it because you weren't fast enough, which happened to us.
Yeah, they had a staff of about 5 or 6 sommeliers actually on this ship. And so they presented a couple of different tastings that were really good. And throughout the rest of the time, they were there to help you. So.
Yes, and they would even find bottles of wine that you were looking for in whichever restaurant they were and get them from where they were to where you were going to eat. And they were super helpful.
This cruise itself took place during October. And so that means it was Halloween.
Yeah.
And we've been on a couple of Halloween cruises, and this one was fun.
Yeah, they know how to put on a Halloween party. They had costume contests. It was decorated amazing. There was dancing. It was just really a fun time.
The crew really got into it, and that made it so much more enjoyable.
Yeah. Really.
Let's talk about the pool areas.
Okay. So the Lido pool, of course, outside pool, regular old pool, and jacuzzis, but they had one special feature.
What was that?
The light show.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, in the center of the Lido deck, there's a elevated deck that's kind of up.
Oh, the fountain pool.
The fountain pool, yes. And at night, what happens is, not every night, but check, they do a light show with the water jets going up in the air.
Yeah, like dancing water, you know? And they have on the big screen behind like different destinations where they cruise to. And it's just really beautiful.
It is a really beautiful
music
thing.
And it stops periodically, so sit there. It might start again. It kind of stops and starts, but it's
really
about
good. when it stops, it's about a 5-minute delay, and it
Yeah.
just seems like they're building pressure back up
Yeah.
for the different
And then,
fountains.
if you want to just keep relaxing while you're out there, you can watch a movie
Yeah,
on the big screen.
they have
which
lots
they
of
have
movies.
those. And you can be like me and then fall asleep and sleep out there. I made it back to the cabin.
So what else about pools?
Oh my gosh. The Hollywood pool area. They have this whole Hollywood area. We'll tell you more about later, but the Hollywood Sanctuary area has a pool and there's a bar in there, right?
There is.
Yeah,
It's an indoor pool
Yeah.
with 2 jacuzzi tubs indoors.
Yes, and all around it are these like little cabanas. It feels like the Sanctuary if you've been on other princess ships, except it's free.
Yeah.
Like all these little cabanas are free. Now, there's no waiter like in the Sanctuary bringing you tea at 3 o'clock and
No.
handling all that. But it's a great place to read, to relax. It's indoors. You're not laying out in the sun, but it's really beautiful and peaceful and big.
Yeah, and the pool is actually heated, and so a lot of people would go in there and swim laps and do
it's
things.
Gorgeous at night.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all lit,
beautifully
real
lit
pretty
up.
at night. Yeah, so let's move into the venues.
Let's talk about venues.
First, let's talk about the one attached to the Hollywood pool.
Absolutely.
If you keep walking past the pool, you kind of go through a little hallway, and then it's the Hollywood Conservatory, which is this huge area at the front of the ship where you have like a view, and there's tables, there's little cocktail tables along the windows with comfortable seating. There's also lots of game tables, and
Absolutely.
it was used a lot for people playing games.
Yeah, the game tables are, they're the wooden tables that you can do checkers and chess on one side, flip it over, they're felted for cards. Or in the case of this ship,
Lots of people playing Mahjong.
Mahjong. Yep,
Is that
there was
how
a
you say
lot.
it?
Yep, a lot of that
Yeah.
going on.
And there's no entertainment up there. It's not like a musical entertainment venue, but they do have all these huge musical instruments that you can play for yourself.
They're kind of like xylophonies
Yeah,
things.
like
And honestly,
It's
there
fun.
were a few people who would try, and there were a few people who actually could play.
Yeah.
In the back of the ship is the Vista Lounge. And in the Vista Lounge, they normally have their bingo on during the day, and then they'll do either comedy or music in the evenings. It has its bar. It's it's your general lounge, kind of mid-sized. All in all, it's a good place to go get some entertainment.
Yeah.
Seats weren't as comfortable as, say, the Princess Theater.
I liked them. They were more couch kind of style, a lot of them, but it's a smaller venue than the Princess Theater, but it's still like that. Like you go for the show and you stay for the show. It's not like a bar lounge where you kind of
Right.
come and go and you can talk. It's definitely a show lounge, and they had some really good entertainment
They
in there.
really did.
And it was nice.
Most of the entertainment throughout the ship actually was really good.
Yeah, and good bar service in there. Really, the bars across the ship had good service. So.
The Princess Theater.
Yeah.
That thing is massive and comfortable.
Yes.
And honestly, I don't
Spacious.
think there's a bad seat in the whole thing.
No, good viewing from anywhere, and they had good shows.
I thought so, yeah.
Everything was pretty good. I mean, a lot better than you would expect for a repositioning cruise. It wasn't very repetitive.
No, you would expect there to be a lot more repetition. There really wasn't. They kept it flowing and going in great ways.
Yeah. Then there was Princess Live,
Yeah.
which is kind of a smaller room, still pretty big. And they do like all kinds of games in there.
Yeah, Deal, No Deal, all of the,
They had
what is it, married games they do.
Yeah, all the kind of specialty games, I would say, take place in there. So fun place. Boy, lots of laughter coming out of there.
Yeah,
all
you
the
walk
time.
by it and
crowded.
there's people kind of just standing by the door looking in. So yeah, it was very crowded and it was,
Popular.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a few outdoor.
You know what? They do a lot of music in open space areas. So like the bottom of the piazza has a stage out there, but it's like open up to the whole piazza, which is a very large area. The Crown Bar and Grill has an area off to the side where they oftentimes had music playing in the afternoons and into the evenings.
Multiple places like that.
Let's talk about the casino.
It's a beautiful casino.
Very large, spacious casino, yes.
We don't gamble, so we can't really comment on that aspect, but it used to be a Chinese market ship, and so they went all out on the casino, and it's nice.
Yeah, and actually, just on that note, you'll see a lot of signage around the ship that's in Chinese. So
Yeah, which is funny.
yeah, it's just kind of interesting to see. Shopping on the ship, I thought was really good.
I thought the shopping was very tastefully located too. You never felt assaulted by it. It felt very classy.
Yes, it did.
It was nice. The whole ship feels classy.
Yeah, the whole look of the ship. I mean, it was just
majestic.
Yes, it does. It was refurbished not long ago, and it really feels brand new.
Yeah, it really does.
The color scheme and everything is just real easy and light on the eyes, and it's nice.
And with a long cruise, sometimes you want a book to read, and you didn't bring a huge stack with you, or a Kindle. But the library had a lot of books. It was a pretty big library.
It was a good sized library. It had books. It had games.
Yeah, that's where they had like Sudoku and those little sheets of paper that have games every day.
On a daily basis, they have that.
But they had... Okay, we're going to give you a secret tip about the library. Because the library is located right at the end of the Crown Grill Bar lounge area, and
just off to the side.
And there's a door in the library, but it's always open, and there's 2 little seats there with a table.
Nice place to play some of those games.
A table that, well, not on those 2 little seats, but then there's a table with a phone on it that you can move out of the way and sit in the chairs and play games and listen to all the entertainment.
Oftentimes at the Crown Grill, it's hard to find a seat because the entertainment's really nice, and it's kind of working a little bit as a nice bar and a waiting area for the Crown Grill restaurant.
And it's on a walkway, so people think of it and they go there to hear it and they stop.
Right. But that little library area, when you can't find a seat outside, check in there.
Yeah, you can hear perfectly in there.
Oh, yeah.
And we almost never had a problem finding a seat in there.
No.
I don't think we ever did. The whole Crown Bar would be full, and we'd just go in the library. Plus, then you can not rudely play cards while you're listening to the music.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Another bar we really liked was the wine bar.
Yes. The wine bar was kind of our go-to place. Now, as you can tell, we like wine.
Yeah.
And so down on the bottom of the piazza, there's this wine bar. It's got lots of seating, good views out windows.
Yeah. Excellent service.
Excellent service. The sommeliers would
too.
Yeah, the sommeliers would come through there at different times. It was really good.
It was really great. Definitely don't miss the wine bar.
No, don't do that. Now, I want to go back up to that Crown Bar and Grill, though, because that is your place where you can get really nice mixed cocktails.
Right. They have a different menu.
Yeah,
than most
because
other
it's
bars.
part of the steakhouse, it does have a different menu, and it's really nice.
Yeah. So if you're looking for really good lemon drops or espresso martinis, be careful, they're strong, but they're good.
They're good.
Whiskey drinks.
Yep, that's what you're going to get at that Crown Grill.
Yeah, really good drinks.
All right, let's talk about the drink package a little bit, because that goes in here with bars. When you order, you have 15 drinks on your unlimited drink package.
It's not unlimited.
Exactly, it's not unlimited. And normally when you order a drink, at least for us, I go up, I buy a drink for Kathy and myself. Okay? And I don't think much about it as we go out through the day. But if you're not careful to split up the cards that you're ordering on, they'll put all of the drinks on your card, and then they'll start charging you for the drinks after the 15.
Yes, and this happened all the time, and you don't even really notice because you're charging coffees. You know, it's not all drinks, and so check your customer account carefully, constantly, because you cannot go down and get tons of it fixed. You got to keep up on it, like day to day.
You can go to guest services; they will correct it. They may give you a little dirty look, but you know.
Yeah. And
that's a whole other thing.
Definitely trade off cards or something, but they so guest services.
Okay, let's
just talk guest services, and let's mention the juice bar also, because if you have the old Princess Plus plan, juice bar is not included.
Well,
on the new one it is, but if you booked under the old one with a cheaper deal, like we did, which people still could be doing.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll tell you with the juice bar that it's included, but it is not. And guest services really doesn't care what they told you. They literally say, Oh yeah, they make a lot of mistakes. They don't really know.
Yeah.
Same with Alfredo's. Alfredo's used to
Be complimentary.
but it is not anymore. It's an upcharge pizza place. And if you have some Princess Plus plans, you get some meals at Alfredo's. But the people there, they don't know the rules. So ask guest services.
And let's just be kind to Princess and say we were sailing right as they made some of these changes, so they may have still been educating their staff, but double check.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah, double check.
The one thing, okay, guest services was always pretty crowded. Even,
yes.
You know, you wouldn't think it would be crowded every day for 31 days, but
it was.
It was slow. Like to go get a drink fix could take me like a half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So don't let your drinks get mixed up because it just kills your time.
Right.
The other thing is, like, we had a port in Los Angeles where we were renting a car going up to see our brand new
grandbaby
that had been born and coming back. So we needed to know when we could get off the ship. And they were saying, oh, you know, it's going to be like 2 o'clock and then you've got to go through customs. And we're like, we can't do all that. So, because the ship came from Canada and it was going to Australia. So you had to go through customs when you
got to
had
the
to
US.
stop in the U.S.
Yeah, you know, there was just
gave you really wrong information and then a different person. It was just inconsistent. Nobody knew the policies on anything.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, I hate to guest services, but
it was an issue.
One area that really fell down on this ship.
Right, and so, you know, with that, please stay on top of your account, stay on top of your itinerary, know where you're at, and try to get as much information as you can. Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about food.
I love food. I gained 8 pounds on this cruise.
That's awesome.
Luckily, I lost 8 pounds on the Luminosa, so we're all good. Might want to check out how that happened on our Luminosa review. But anyways, Princess had great food. I had to really hold myself back because in a month, I could have gained about 20 pounds.
No, the food there was fabulous. The service was incredible.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the main dining rooms, there were 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. So you got Symphony, Allegro, and Concerto. All
of them were beautiful, just elegant.
Mm-hmm.
From the time you walked into the reception, through the complete service, the wine, I mean, everybody had good service.
They did. Yeah,
and the food was very good.
Very well presented. Mm-hmm. It made you want to eat their food. It was that good.
It did. So that's a free one. We had Chopsticks, which is out on the Lido deck, and we did not discover it until like the last week, which was a bummer because Chopsticks had fantastic like
ramen,
noodle soup.
Noodles, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So if you like that,
customized to the way you liked it. They made it kind of from scratch for you, sort of.
I mean,
they assembled it from scratch for you.
So if you're into ramen style noodles, oh my god,
they also had Chopsticks down there. I mean, next to Chopsticks down by there, where they had swirls.
They did. They had swirls, which is your ice cream for soft serve.
Lots of soft serve.
Yeah, and if, again, depending on your Princess package, they did this whole thing with a chocolate candy covered cone ice cream. That was way too much. In my view, a monstrosity. It was
of calories. But anyways, they had that down there too.
They had that, and then they also had the burger and lobster.
Yes, the lobster's an upcharge, like a lobster sandwich, but the burgers were really good. We also did not discover this until the end, that they had potato chips.
Yeah.
Which in port, I kept buying potato chips because I like them sometimes. They had them for free at the burger place. You could go up and just get a whole plate of potato chips. If that's your deal.
As you can tell, she did once or twice.
Yeah. I would have more if we would have found it earlier.
So all of that so far has been complimentary, except for the lobster at the
What else was complimentary? The buffet, of course.
Oh my goodness.
This is the best buffet on any ship I've ever been on.
Absolutely.
In fact, we are not buffet people. Like, we've never liked buffets.
No.
Steered clear of them a lot. And we started eating at the buffet intentionally a lot of the time, even
Well,
at dinner.
yeah, even at dinner, but primarily for breakfast. Breakfast was really good. They had this whole bakery area.
Yeah, I think they call it the sweet shop or something. So early in the day, it's just breakfast breads, like muffins and cinnamon roll type things, and I mean just all kinds of breakfast pastries, and they have just really great bread in there, like if you just want good bread. And then they also, as the day goes on, have tons of desserts in there, a lot of desserts and pretty good desserts. So
they also have an espresso machine in there, and so they're producing your espresso
Right.
coffees in there
Yeah,
too.
you can get your coffees in there while you get your breakfast pastry. And I would just say they have a really good pastry chef on that ship.
Yeah.
Really good. They excelled in everything that involved bread in every aspect of the ship.
Yeah, it was really good. Mentioning coffee, I just had to take a drink of mine. It was just also was a very large area, and once you got your food, they had a lot of area to sit indoors, but then they also had a whole deck area outdoors behind the ship.
Yeah, the aft patio, which also had its own bar, was an amazing place to sit any time of the day, but especially if you just ate, were eating. But inside the buffet, they had a crepe. They had actually two crepe stations sometimes, and sometimes one, or it moved back and forth. But they had both savory crepes that you could pick your ingredients, and they had sweet crepes with even like fresh fruit and stuff that you could pick your ingredients. So I was definitely into the crepes. I think you got an omelet. The crepes weren't every day.
Yeah, the omelets, they did have an
things
omelet
around,
station.
but
It was, a 31-day cruise, you're expecting the buffet to kind of be repetitive and old. This it wasn't. It was really incredible food the entire time. Let's run through the Upcharge restaurants. We've already talked about Alfredo's, and we've already talked about the Crown Grill.
Which, well, we didn't mention, but it does have great food.
It does. We ate there. It was incredible. The Catch Seafood Restaurant.
So the Catch by Rudy, we did not eat there at night. We don't know if it was good for that. They do have sushi. They have like some sushi deals kind of at lunch. We did eat there once, and that was a disaster of a meal in every aspect. So it was probably just that day that the service, everything went wrong. And they even forgot to charge us, which worked out great because, they should have comped it anyways.
Yeah.
But it was a great atmosphere in
well,
there.
because we were eating with friends.
Oh yeah, we had a good time with our friends.
So that was great. The Harmony.
Okay, we left this off of the ship tour by accident because we never even saw this restaurant. I don't know where the hell it's tucked away, but we asked some friends because it's like Miley or something. Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
He's like a Michelin star chef.
Yeah, he designed it and all that.
Menu. And our friends were like, "Oh, Harmony's really good food and
beautiful."
Like, what is that? Where is that? We still never found it.
So it's an Upcharge restaurant that our friends say was really good.
So you should look hard and find it.
Luminaire.
Okay, on the ship they do the Luminaire Chef's Table, which is that kind of animated thing. I don't know how to explain it. You just need to Google it. We didn't do it because
it's quite the upcharge.
It's a big upcharge, and it's, I don't know. We didn't really care that much about it.
Right.
But they also have regular chef's table too, I think. So
yeah. So we got all of that.
They on the deck plans and in some reviews it mentions a French restaurant, Bistro sur la Mer.
Never saw it.
We never saw that either, and I contacted friends that were on the ship with us, and they never saw it either, and they ate it like all the specialty restaurants.
So we're thinking it may have gotten changed out with the refurbishment.
She thinks that maybe that's where the Catch is now.
Yeah.
That when they refurbished it, maybe they changed it out. I don't know.
All right, let's talk about the spa area.
Okay, so we did buy a thermal spa pass for the 5 days from Vancouver to Los Angeles. And it's a pretty small thermal spa, but it has a lot of stuff packed in there. And it has a big, like, therapy pool area.
Yeah.
It has plenty of heated loungers. It has a dry sauna, wet sauna, steam room.
One other type of steam room.
It has this other sauna
I'm not quite
They
sure
had
what kind
really,
was.
really hot one.
Yeah.
One was so hot we could barely go in there. They had some experience showers.
Uh-huh.
So they had it, they had all the basics. It was pretty good, and it was beautiful.
Yeah,
So
I think 5 days though on this cruise was
for
enough for it. Yeah.
At the gym.
The gym, probably the busiest place on this ship at all times. When I filmed the ship tour, I did it at 4:30 in the morning, thinking there'd be nobody up. There were people exercising in the gym.
Yeah, which is why we did not exercise in the gym because
Well,
it was too crowded.
I don't know if that's the exact reason. We did go in there, we did look and go, yeah, it's
we
busy.
weighed ourselves in there a couple times.
So that's the gym. Great gym. Lots of aerobic stuff, free weights. They had the Pilates spin room type thing going on. It was really a busy location on the ship. Let's talk about the cabin and the appearance of the ship.
So we had an inside cabin on this ship, which we hadn't been in an inside cabin in a long time, but now we travel full time as nomads.
It's all we can afford.
Check out our channel on Taste Life with us to learn about that. But it was nice. It was super comfortable. Very comfortable bed. I love a princess bed.
Mm-hmm.
I used to buy princess pillows for at home, to be honest, before we sold everything and started traveling. But anyways, it was interesting because when you got out of bed, a little nightlight came on by your feet, which was really a nice touch. Then there is another one. When you're walking into the bathroom area, in the closet area, a nightlight comes on, but it's a bright nightlight. The nightlight on the floor would have been sufficient because the one by the closets is really bright, and there's no way to turn it off.
Yeah,
we tried.
There's no way to block it, and it's on a delay, so after it comes on, it stays on for a little while. So that was a real downer.
It was keeping you awake. So that was a bummer about the cabin, but otherwise it was very comfortable. It had plenty of storage for the month. Luggage fit under the bed.
Yeah.
And the bathroom was nice. I mean, the products, like we had the spa products, to be honest, that lotion was so watery. It didn't work. So definitely bring your own like lotion and stuff. Yeah. The entire ship is a beautiful ship. The decks are gorgeous. The piazza's beautiful. It's just classy and elegant and comfortable. Like,
do a couple of little things that we appreciated greatly as nomads. One, they have laundry.
Yes, self-serve laundry, which we used a lot. Hot tip, you don't need a laundry bag. Just stick your wheeled luggage under the bed, open, put all your dirty laundry in there. When you're ready to clean it,
seal it
up, wheel it down the hall to the laundry room.
It is an upcharge. It's not free. It costs I think $3 a load to wash, a couple of bucks to dry. But it's just something that not every ship has, and so it's just really nice. The other thing that this ship had that I found very helpful, this is me, port side, the cabin room carpet was one color. Starboard side was a different color. One was blue, one was red. And so when you get out of the elevator, you're a little disoriented. You turn, you look, you go, oh, no, I'm blue. I'm not red. You go the other way.
Yeah, that's a nice feature.
It's just a little quickie feature. All in all, this ship was beautiful. It was classy. It was enjoyable.
I felt like the on and offs were run pretty well in the ports, and the only problem I really had was guest services. Other than that,
this ship was fabulous.
The service was great. Everything was really good, and probably one of the better food situations than we've ever had on a ship.
Right. So we always end with this question. So would you take it again?
Okay, wait. I got to say one other thing because it was spectacular.
What, I missed something?
The Wi-Fi.
Oh my!
I just thought of that because for us, our daughter was having a baby those first few days, and then she had a brand new baby she didn't know what to do with. So, we used our Wi-Fi a lot, and we were really glad we had the package. And I believe that they all have Starlink on Princess. This had to have had Starlink. There's no way we would have had that quality of Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Because even way out in the ocean, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
And when you were anywhere near land, even remotely, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Would I do it again?
Would you do it again?
I would do it again in a hot second.
So, sum it all up. Food is awesome. Ship is beautiful. Entertainment and exercise and all the stuff you want is fabulous. Guest services, it's a struggle.
There are a lot of sea days. Some of the people we were with, they get bored. They don't like sea days. They want to be on land. And that's a personal preference. When you're deciding if to take such a long repositioning cruise, definitely consider that. What is your style?
Yeah.
But if you enjoy sea days and you just like to enjoy all the ship activities and what it has to offer, or just be super flaky out in the sun watching movies and sports on the big screen TV over the pool, this is the cruise for you.
Thanks for cruising the Majestic Princess with us.
Yep, and we hope you'll cruise through retirement with us again. Please like and subscribe. And we have lots of links for you in the description to the other things that we've mentioned.
Yeah.